Good evening and welcome back to Beautiful Mind. Tonight we're going to be discussing Bitcoin. I have a big update coming on the 21st. I'll be releasing my Bitcoin 2024 forecast as well as the S&P 500 forecast. Stay around for that. It'll be pretty good for you guys. Also, thank you very much for having me as your guest tonight, and let's just dive right on into Bitcoin. So let's go take a look at the hourly chart and see what can be cropping up for us. We've been having a series of tops around this 100, and we've made it up to this 104 level. So we went up to this 100, and we've already topped out at 104. So looking at this now, we've had two pullbacks right now. So let's go talk about those really quickly. But before we do that, let's just talk about our square again. We've had two pullbacks to 90 and 91 right here. So let's go take a look at what kind of percentage levels we could see. I believe it was around a 13%, but let's just go double check. Well, I'm just going to pull this to the side so we can see it. Well, it does say 12.8 or 12.7, so just inside 13%. And this is on our hourly chart. Notably, it did come up and contact our 730 moving average here. So that's pretty interesting, and noting that we've twice come back to this level, so this is a very important level. If we were to double here, if this is to be a bottom here, as I was calling for I probably am covering that up. I was calling for a bottom in this December, and we were looking for that metric to happen, a monthly bottom, and of course we've achieved that again back at 90. Is that done with? Well, temporarily, and we have a bunch of these other moving averages here that, you know, we're just staying just above them, and they're all listed here. So what do we have moving forward? Well, let's go ahead and let's just take a look at the daily chart. Get a little bit of a zoom out. Okay, so as you guys know, I was calling for a top around in here and a low in here. You know, a really vicious one to come back here and resettle us, but we've only had a 13% pullback. Are we out of the woods yet? Well, let's go have a look at our indicators. What do you say? Well, on the daily chart here, let's first zoom out and let's take a look at the weekly chart. I think that's more important. Let's just take a look at the chart. Well, we've come up. We're looking still pretty strong. We're just about to meet some resistance, it looks like here. We've met some very important angles. This angle here is exactly the same trajectory and angle that crossed through two major bottoms here. So that's right. And this bottom is the same trajectory and angle, and it crossed through two bottoms as well, moving back. That's right. Way back here. That's right. Here and here. Okay, let's move forward. So, weekly chart. Looking like a bit of a resistance. We could make it up to 114, maybe 126. No problem. For sure we could make it up to this area here. We have a trajectory that goes up to here perfectly for January 7th. I'd say we could hit that easily. All right, let's go take a look at the daily chart. All right, we've come up. If we get above this and stay around here, that's really good news. Let's go take a look at the indicators. Well, there again, we're about to have a cross here. We've got some low volume. However, things may pick up, but we're not sure. Looks like the buyers took off and the sellers are still walking around. Same here. We've come up and we've made a little bit of a top in our RSI. Looking at the weekly one, it looks a little more bearish, right? However, we have some little hope that maybe we might get a kick up here. However, on the MACD, it looks like the sellers took off here and we're about to do a hook and a pullover. When was the last time it was up here? Well, our last big top in March, right? When I told you we were going to have a top. Again, so we're pulling down here, we're getting a lower bars here. And note that the RSI, again, has flattened out and is in this territory here. Okay, so we've talked about this stuff now. Daily chart, right? Looks a little convincing, like maybe something might happen, but maybe not. Let's go have a look at the 4-hour. On the volume here, looks like it's turned down on the on our leading and lagging indicator, our stochastic. Our volume is turned down here too. It's very low. We have a promising crisscross all the time here, looking, on this 4-hour. However, we need to see something convincing because the RSI has turned down temporarily. Back to the hourly chart. Looking at the indicators, the hourly chart is still saying on the leading and lagging indicator that we're going to meet some more bearish stuff. However, the volume has picked up, and that is because we're getting a possible sell-off here. We have, again, the sellers have left. It's turned white. We're about to maybe have, again, maybe a cross here. Looking down at our relative strength indicator, it's turned down. We've got a rejection here at this level, so this is a major resistance level, so we'll watch for a turnaround. Those are our indicators. Back to the chart. Every blue line on here represents a red line on this square of 9. Looking forward, what can we see here? Well, we're starting to get some more swings in here, and it's looking a little wild again. Now, last December, we did go through the same type scenario, so I'm going to be doing an update about that and what we can see moving to January. Because I think very much that looking at January, just coming up here, guys, honestly, in January, this very early part, right? I really think we can make, 120, 120. I don't know we'll make it, but these two are going to be 120 degrees here. They are. So, or were, just a few days ago. And there's going to be some more stuff here going on, because this guy's still going backwards. So it is going to be 120 degrees. So it's possible we get up to that as well as down here. So I have a big update from my course where I show you how to use the outside of the longitude to get pricing. And I have an addition of another measuring tool that goes on here to help us do exactly what GANN was doing. And I have a big update for that. Anyways, peace and love, guys. Have a great night.